Today's Zen Motive from Reddit has a really intriguing question. If Gojo retries his Sukuna fight with full knowledge of the battle, how differently does it go?
I'm really intrigued.
And this is the scenario he painted. Gojo dies, but suddenly time rewinds back to when he's getting buffed by Gakuganji and Utame at the top of Shibuya Sky for his 200% hollow purple. He fights Sukuna again but retains all the memories and experience of how the first match went. Sukuna is not aware of this retry. Does Gojo fare any better against Sukuna's barrier expertise and the threat of Mahoraga? Bonus, both are aware of the retry. What happens now? So basically everything Gojo learns in this fight he now knows and fights Sukuna again. This is an awesome scenario. I won't really give much commentary until the end, but I'm interested to see some of the responses because they were quite intriguing. Accomplish_4009 says, Gojo runs everything back the same, wipes out Maho with the nuke purple, leaves Maguna on 2% HP, dodges World Cut and Slash, and beats the shit out of him. Then everyone else, Yuta, Yuji, Hikari, Maki, Kusakabe, Todo, Meimei, Ino, Chozo, Higuruma, Shoko, Utame, and Old Man Gukanji takes a turn beating the shit out of him. Then Kashimo jumps Gojo and gets low diffed. And then Urame ices herself. This is truly our Jujutsu Kaisen. Megumi fate is left unknown as Gege flipped a coin and it landed on heads. Yo, I'm crying. And then You Read This Wrong replies with, you forgot about when Yuji fought Itadori. You gotta love the JJK community. Just a bunch of funny people enjoying a Naruto replica. Okay, JK, calm down. Don't attack me, goodness. Then Meme Wheeler poses an interesting question. He asks, can Sukuna reincarnate into his true form? Or did I not read this right? And here's where Chosen 1346 left him wide open because he thinks High in Era form is the strongest version, and Decent Oil 1849 responds with how this version of Sukuna had no domain. Less than half output with barely any RCT. Ruin of Flame perfectly sums up how the domain battle would go, with Gojo having greater efficiency and using the tiny domain from the jump or invert his barrier conditions and prevent Sukuna from touching him. And basically this whole thread says that Gojo would win and Sukuna would lose, and I would say I would have to agree. Because when looking back at this fight, people really underestimate the power of knowledge. And I want to give props to Gojo's battle IQ and the brilliance of his mind, because it's truly on another level. Sukuna's biggest advantage in this fight is the mere fact that Gojo doesn't nearly have as much knowledge about domains as he does. If Gojo knows about Binding Vow tricks, he would have definitely won the domain battle because they would tie at the least. And in this case scenario, Gojo is basically unstoppable because he cannot get his domain broken from the outside. This time he would also be ready for the World Cut and Slash and its ability to cut through time and space, so catching him off guard is not going to happen because there would be no burnout. And let's say you want to believe that the High in Air form would be Gojo. It wouldn't, because he would use blue and red and smack the shit out of him until it was time to use purple. His hand-to-hand combat abilities is absolutely out of this world and would bomb basically everybody in this series. So Sukuna's only advantage in a rematch would be plot and Gege. Also, in their first fight, let's not forget that Gojo had this dude on the ropes and literally stunned him out of his mind. And if he really wanted to, he would have beat Sukuna right there and then.